Hello, everyone. Welcome to this next presentation in the series called Cyber Renaissance. If you've noticed, our world is shifting, it's changing, the old structures are crumbling, and I'm here to present to you what the replacement for the old structure is. And I call that the cyber world order. Meaning just everything digital and it all connected. Okay. The Renaissance is a rebirth or a revival. It's what our world is birthing into. We are actually already there. We're nose deep in it. It's just that most people don't understand that. They're wondering why the world seems so chaotic and what is going to be the replacement once the old structure is fallen. Well, if you watch this presentation, particularly in succession, you're going to have a good basic foundation of what your new world looks like today and is going to look like tomorrow. At the end of this presentation, you're going to have a basic concept, another one of this new world. I'm going to save you lots of time because I do this under 30 minutes and I make things extremely simple and easy to understand. Now, the cyber world order has different mechanisms. I've already gone over digitization and biometrics, IoT and IOB in the last presentation. I'm going to continue on those two subjects today. So in the last presentation where I was explaining the concept of IoT or Internet of Things, some of those things are all of your smart products, your phone, your smart TV, dishwashers, washers, dryers, smart refrigerators, your smart car. If you do not drive a smart car, but you connect your phone to it, well, it's smart now. Smart watches and rings that people wear on their bodies, your Alexa, your Pod, your Echo in your home, your smart earbuds. All of these are connected, and 5G is the foundation of this connectivity. 5G is not only an electromagnetic bandwidth that helps to connect all of your IoT products, but it also is an electromagnetic weapon used by militaries, the Department of Defense, and the uh, NGO called DARPA, which is just like the tech wing or the tech arm of the military. They call it directed energy weapon. Okay. The acronym for that is DEW. DEW. In your house, you might have a smart coffee pot. You might have a smart thermostat, a smart meter on the outside of your house. There's smart glass, there's smart lighting. Everything is connected to the cloud using 5G electromagnetic spectrum, and it is all having the data from those products, from the uses of those products, collected and stored in the cloud, stored in many different data harvesting places as well. There's one huge data collection. It's a not a corporation. It's more of a huge, ginormous buildings that are hosting and holding supercomputers that are collecting and storing all the data from these products. Okay, and a lot more. 6G and that bandwidth is called the foundation for the perception internet. It also enhances the human senses. It also creates new senses. This is the Internet of Bodies, acronym by IOB. This connects the human body to the cloud, the human body to the internet, which means that the human is also being data harvested. Everything that you think, feel, every behavior that you have, your sleep patterns, your dreams, your memories. And it's important to realize that if these things are being harvested or collected, well, that's a circle. It goes both ways. That means these thoughts, feelings, behaviors, dreams, perceptions can also be inserted. And like every decade, there comes change. The decade we are currently living within, where we are watching the old systems crumble and the new take shape, started off in 2020. The Internet of Bodies was greatly advanced with this fun time event that we all went through. And many people's bodies could not handle the electromagnetic frequencies of 5G. It causes the human to have symptoms. And then those symptoms had a solution, and that solution greatly enhanced and fast tracked the ability for the human body to be connected to the internet because the human is now becoming more cybernetic with injections that contain technology. So let's talk about 6G. AI powered 6G networks will reshape digital interactions. The convergence of AI and communication technologies will create 6G networks that make hyperconnectivity and immersive experiences an everyday reality for consumers. What does that mean? Among the new use cases for 6G networks, envisioned by Vivo, are mixed reality, holographic and multisensory communication, interactive 3D virtual digital humans, collaborative robots, and automated driving. And I would like to add automated everything. We could have more powerful connectivity and sensing capability, so we could install more sensors in the physical world and collect a massive amount of data about this world. With this data, we could build models to rebuild the world in the digital arena. This is already being done. It's been being done for decades now. Okay. What does mixed reality, holographic, and multisensory communication really mean? Well, in holographic and multisensory and mixed reality, in that space, it literally means holographic reality. Okay. In the future, the technology is already perfected. It's just a matter of slow rolling it out to the population for acceptance. You have holograms, which will be used, say, for instance, you and I could be sitting in the same room together, only it wouldn't be us together. It would just be the digital version of us, our digital twin, our hologram. Again, this is not new technology. It is perfected, and we saw an example of it 10 years ago. There was an awards show where a hologram of Michael Jackson gave a performance. Now, if you remember, probably about 2 years ago, Mark Zuckerberg showed his avatar in the metaverse, and people laughed at it because it kind of looked cartoonish. It didn't look like it was very advanced, right? But that was just a kind of a mockery on the population, if you will. It was just kind of showing a cartoon version so that the majority of the population doesn't realize how advanced this technology truly is. In the metaverse, you're not going to be looking like a cartoon avatar. You're going to be looking like Michael Jackson on the stage, exactly like you look in real life, only it will be your digital twin or your digital avatar. 6G is connecting intelligences, okay? Artificial and biological intelligence with everything, okay? Everything is sensed and everything is intelligent that is connected with the use of 6G frequencies. Its integrated sensing and communication will play a vital role for the fusion of physical and cyber worlds. Now you understand why I'm talking about the new world structure being a cyber world order. Okay. Part of the cyber world order is what's called cybernetics. It's the human becoming cyber. The gentleman that you see on the screen, his name's Yuval Harari. He is a spokesperson for the WEF, the World Economic Forum, and the UN, the United Nations. A lot of people in the not the United Nations, in the alternative community, they tend to throw him out, not listen to him because they don't like the idea that he's a spokesperson for these NGOs. However, he did make a statement, and he's given many, many interviews, and he's been spot on about the subject of AI and the subject of humans having surveillance under their skin, causing them to be hackable. He was also correct with his statement that the era of free will is over. How is this possible? Because not only are these frequencies and all of these technologies able to harvest the data of your thoughts, your dreams, your perceptions, your feelings, but they're also able to insert thoughts, feelings, which cause you to have predictable behavior, insert dreams, insert memories, insert voices. Yeah, free will, it's over for the majority. 6G, the Next Horizon White Paper. Something to remember here is you have two factions of in the geopolitical spectrum. Okay, you have, which I'm going to title one of them BRICS. China is the C in BRICS, and then the other faction we can call it NATO, the Western nations. Okay, China gave a Next Horizon white paper, which tells all about their idea of how they're going to implement and the structure of 6G frequencies. Okay. Now, China is also in 2020 said to have shot into orbit the first test satellite for 6G. I can tell you it was done long before 2020. As everything is, we get told these things once it's already done and once it's already perfected. China Mobile unveils 6G architecture with a digital twin network concept. This again is digital twinning, making a digital copy of the entire Earth and everything on it, which includes us. But don't worry if you're living in the West. You're not going to be left behind because you too have been promised from the last administration. In 2019, a tweet was sent out at the beginning of 2019. After 2017, the technologies for 5G was sold to the American public. I want 5G and 6G technology in the United States as soon as possible. It's far more powerful, faster, and here's the key word, guys, it's smarter than the current standard. We can't let the United States fall behind by blocking out currently more advanced technologies. We must always be the leader in everything we do, especially when it comes to the very exciting world of technology. As an American, I can tell you, as an American, I kind of said that a little too fast. I can tell you that all you have to do to sell the American population on anything is tell them we've got to be number one. We got to be first. We got to be the leader of the world. And they're going to get on board with it. And don't think that the current administration isn't on board with this either. There is a white paper from the White House, and it is dated February of 2024 in a joint statement saying that they're endorsing principles for 6G, secure, open, and resilient by design. And part of this faction is Australia, Canada, the Czech Republic, Finland, France, Japan, and the Republic of Korea, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. Doesn't matter which faction it is. All of the people on the world stage are controlled by the technology that they're working to control the rest of civilization by. They're all on a puppet string doing exactly what they are being puppeteered to do by their puppet masters, and their puppet master is currently AI. Now, these frequency bands, these electromagnetic frequencies are blanketing the earth. Okay? It's not something that's coming, it's something that's already there. And one of the ways that this is being done a lot under the radar with the general population is because of mind control and programming. As example, if you see this word, the majority of the population automatically attaches another word to it. You know what that word is? When you hear the word space or you see the word space, automatically most people go here. They go to outer space. They think this is about going to other planets and going to outer space, right? No, this is about cyberspace. The word space and them being able to attach through programming the idea of outer space in the majority of the population's mind has been messing with the space between the ears. This company here is not going to outer space on a rocket ship. They're going to the space around planet Earth and putting up satellites for this cyber world order to connect the products, to connect the people, to give a ability for these electromagnetic frequencies to be able to add to the senses of the human, to be able to have a blanket over the sky like a projection screen so they can put things in the sky like really fast lights. And it's technology. And many people think that it's ships coming in from outer space. Same with this company, this arm of the military that was put into place sometime between 2016 and 2020 called the Space Force is what it's called. And automatically, and I've heard people say that this has to do with space forces fighting aliens, protecting humanity from the aliens. Not true. This is a cyberspace arm of the military. Again, it's about satellites and cyberspace weaponry. This is a much more accurate depiction of SpaceX and Space Force. They are putting satellites, blanketing the Earth with a grid for total surveillance, for total control of the population and nature. Even Hollywood showed us with this film mocking the idea of Space Force. They put it right in front of our face. And generally, the truth can be found in science fiction movies and film more than you're ever going to find it in the media. And I include most alternative media sources in with media. Media is media. So, this is about the cyber world. This is about cyberspace. This is about creating a digital world for our mind to live within. It's being built faster than most people even recognize. It's already technology that's perfected. It's just a matter of timing it, how quickly they're going to roll it out to the population. They've already got the population ready to live within a digital world. People have digital friends, spend most of their free time in a digital space with those digital friends. We already have businesses that are dependent on technology to be able to run their business. Many businesses are switching to completely being digital because they understand that the workforce is going to be and is being taken over by robotics, automation, and AI. During 2020's Fun Time event, we all got more used to being indoors. We got more used to sitting behind a black screen. We no longer had to go into the office if our office was closed because of all the germs. So we got used to Zoom, having meetings in a digital space. A lot of our books are being replaced. Back in 200, 300, 400 years ago, for our learning today, they had to redo actual printed books so that we would have a distorted perception of history. Well, now it's going to be really easy to change history because everything's going digital, and at a flip of a switch, it can all be eliminated. There's many authors that will not have their book in digital form. You can only get it in paperback because they've had experiences where their books get altered when they put them in digital form, and they want to make sure that they're pure. So 2020, that fun time event really fast tracked this decade of change from 2020 to 2030, entering and inserting us further into this cyber world order. And part of the cyber world order, as I've said, is creating a complete digital copy of the entire Earth. Okay. This is from the European Space Agency saying that they were working towards a digital twin of Earth. This article is from 2021. We already are very well aware of Google Earth. Google Earth is a complete digital replication of the entire globe. When the satellites could not take a digital picture of some place on the planet, well, they created a way for humans to do the work for them. They always get a way to get us to build their world for them. And they created things like the game Pokemon Go. They would put a Pokemon somewhere on the planet that their satellites couldn't pick up that particular place on the planet, and they would put a Pokemon there, and people would go take a picture of that spot on the planet, thus creating this new digital world or digital twin of the digital world. Scientists begin building highly accurate digital twin of our planet. A digital twin of our planet is to simulate the Earth system in future. It is intended to support policymakers in taking appropriate measures to better prepare for extreme events. And this article is from 2021. However, this is old news because back in 2004 there was what is called the sentient world simulation, and it was developed to help Fortune 500 companies with strategic planning. That's what we're told it was built for. Then it was used to help recruiting commanders to strategize ways to improve recruiting potential soldiers. Now think about that. What are some digital ways that they could use to recruit potential soldiers? People really good at fighting in battles, especially digital battles. Y'all play video games? That's one way. Now, in 2004, the Sentient World simulation was evaluated for its ability to help simulate the non kinetic aspects of combat, things like the diplomatic, economic, political, infrastructure, and social issues. Pay very close attention to this. Simulate the non kinetic aspects of all of those things. The sentient world simulation is the name given to the current vision of making SEAS, which is synthetic environment for analysis and simulations, continuously running, continuously updated mirror model, meaning a digital twin of the real world that can be used to predict and evaluate future events and courses of action. Okay, what does this mean? This means there was a sentient world simulation, a digital twin that went on live in 2004, okay, to simulate non kinetic aspects of everything from diplomacy, infrastructure, social issues, the political issues, okay, to simulate them so that they could be a continuously running digital twin of that world and all those non kinetic aspects of it. Okay. So there's a simulation with everything on planet Earth continuously running of real time events that are going on planet Earth. Everything from political arena to social issues. Now, what does kinetic, non-kinetic aspects mean? It's fifth generation warfare. Fifth generation warfare is warfare that is conducted primarily through non kinetic military action, such as social engineering, misinformation, cyber attacks, along with emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence and fully autonomous systems. Fifth generation warfare has been described by Daniel Abbott as a war of information and perception. Okay. So we have a continuously running sentient world simulation where everything on the planet and every person on the planet is inserted in this simulation. You are a node inside this simulation to see how you react to political, to economic, to social, to infrastructure, all the issues that are taking place on planet Earth. There is a continuously running simulation so that they can better see how the population and how the planet is going to react to those non kinetic issues, those non kinetic actions. Okay? Do you get it? The simulation The sentient world simulation is uploading your mind. It already has been done. Uploaded your mind to a digital world inside a quantum computer. This is cybernetics. This is the science of cybernetics. That's why I call this the cyber world order. In 1956, there's an issue in Science magazine where there's a 14-page uh, report where a professor named Carl Rogers said, "We can choose to use our growing knowledge to enslave people in ways never dreamed of before, controlling them by means so carefully selected that they will perhaps never be aware of their loss of personhood." This is what Yuval Harari says. People are hackable humans. They have a loss of free will choice. The tragic facts of political experiences in our age make it all too clear that applied psychological technique can brainwash entire nations and reduce their citizens to a kind of mindless roboticism, which becomes for them a normal way of living. That means that most people, or many people, many citizens, are hacked. They're no longer free will citizens. Their mind is being controlled. They think it's normal. They think they're making their own decisions, but they've lost their personhood because they're cybernetic. They're now remote controlled robotics, cybernetic beings in the cyber world order, where their thoughts, their feelings, their behavior, their perceptions are being controlled for them. You understand? If you're interested, this is the article. It can still be found on the internet. So 6G is the perception internet. It's connecting all the humans to the cloud that's been blanketing our world with the help of satellites, with the help of electromagnetic frequencies, with the help of the fun time event of 2020, with the help of us being inserted into a real time, being updated all the time, a sentient world simulation. I'm going to stop it here because the rest of this presentation, I'm going to show you how this is already being done on the human population, setting us up for a mental health condition. But I said I was going to leave this presentation under 30 minutes, so I'm going to stop this here and we'll pick up on the next presentation. We'll see y'all.